Now at 6 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, authorities in Iowa digging into a school shooter's social media looking for that motive. And Dallas police investigating a fatal crash. Officials believe the driver was just 12 years old. And the Texas father and son arrested in the killings of a teen couple face new charges. Police describing the scene as very perplexing.
Well, the overnight rain has gone away. It's already up along the Mississippi River. We're looking for clear skies and a pretty good looking weekend. There is more rain on Monday, and we'll be talking about that coming up.
East versus West Day. I'll have that in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Karina Garcia. Don Brubaker has the night off. You may have smelled a strong odor yesterday in Victoria County. That's due in part to a petroleum spill at the Port of Victoria. 25 News Now reporter Adarius McCormick is in the studio. More information on this chemical spill. Adarius.
Well, Karina, Shamrock Products, LLC, accidentally released about 300 barrels of a crude substance in the Port of Victoria. The substance was made up of a crude oil and diesel mixture with elevated sulfur content. First reports of the odor came from the southwest region of the county. The Victoria Office of Emergency Management, along with area response agencies, have opened an investigation into the spill. They have not detected any components above levels of concern at this time. Karina, back to you.
Adarius, thank you. With that, here is your Veer Poll this evening. You can scan that QR code on your screen to vote now. The question is, are you satisfied with how the Victoria Office of Emergency Management responded to the chemical spill yesterday? Yes or no? According to our results, it looks like 26% stand at yes and 74% stand at no. We want to hear your opinion on this. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part, and we're going to have an update on 25 News Now at 10. And now let's take a look at your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Mac Bettis.
Thank you very much, Karina. Good evening, everyone. We had a very nice rain overnight, and the perfect thing was that it cleared up this morning. You can see right about here how the clouds just sort of parted and left the way and gave us lots of sunshine. So now we've got dry air over us. We've got high pressure coming in, and that makes for a very good weekend. But there is more rain coming in on Monday, and we're going to be talking about that. And we'll take account of how much rain we got last night. All that coming up in just a few minutes. Karina, back to you.
Mac, thank you. We turn to Iowa, where authorities are now digging into a school shooter's social media for any clues as to what triggered his deadly rampage at a high school in Prairie, Iowa. Thursday, this is happening as the close-knit community there is trying to cope.
The pain in your heart is just overwhelming.
Perry, Iowa resident Jody Kurth expressing what most in her community are feeling. Her 15-year-old stepson attends Perry High School, where a teen gunman killed a 6th grader and injured 5 other people, including Kurth's stepson Thursday. Student Seth Dillinger says his 2 younger siblings narrowly escaped being there.
They saw the kids coming out of school. That's when they knew something wasn't right, so they just hopped back in the truck.
The Perry community gathered by candlelight Thursday night to share memories of the victims and their pain.
He was an amazing little boy, and he was the sweetest.
The daughter of injured principal Dan Marburger posting a tribute on social media, saying that her father tried to approach and talk the shooter down and distract him long enough for some students to get out, calling Marburger an amazing dad and a gentle giant. Moments before the teen gunman opened fire, he's believed to have posted a TikTok video from inside the school's bathroom, showing him with a blue duffel bag and the words, "Now we wait." It's since been taken down. And these thoughts from 2 students who knew him.
He got tired of the bullying. He got tired of the harassment.
We tried to be there when he needed us, which clearly we weren't there for him enough.
The school is closed Friday as the Perry community tries to move forward with their lives forever changed. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Law enforcement officials are still investigating a motive in the case, and they say the 17-year-old shooter, Dylan Butler, a Prairie High School student, took his own life at the scene. Authorities have not yet publicly identified the 6th grader killed or the 4 other students wounded. In Texas, a father and son arrested in the killings of an 18-year-old pregnant woman and her boyfriend are facing new evidence tampering charges. Police added charges of altering, destroying, or concealing evidence against both men. Authorities announced today they recovered the gun used to shoot the couple who disappeared before Christmas. San Antonio Police Chief described the scene as, quote, very, very perplexing, unquote. 19-year-old Christopher Preciado was arrested Wednesday on a charge of capital murder, and his 53-year-old father, Ramon Preciado, was accused of helping to move the bodies and charged with abuse of a corpse. Police have said that the killings appear to be the result of a drug deal gone bad due to the evidence found on the slain couple's phones.
There have been questions about whether or not this will be something that we will seek the death penalty on. It's too early to tell. I don't know whether or not this is something that we will make that decision. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
The woman was declared missing after her family could not find her the weekend before Christmas when she had been scheduled to have an induced labor. Days later, police found her body and her boyfriend's body in a car outside an apartment complex. The local medical examiner said they were both shot in the head, and authorities have identified the unborn child as the third victim in these killings. In Dallas, police are investigating a Thursday morning SUV crash that killed one boy and left 3 others hurt. They believe the driver of the vehicle was a 12-year-old boy. Family members said an argument happened between the driver and one of the passengers, who then grabbed the steering wheel. The vehicle then smashed into a tree. Witnesses and police said they were speeding, but there's no word on why children had been in the vehicle, where they were headed, or how a 12-year-old got access to the car in the first place. Hundreds of migrants continue to arrive in New Jersey on buses they boarded in Texas, the latest group being dropped off Thursday. This morning, another bus pulled into New Jersey as families deboarded with blankets in hand, several being from Ecuador and Colombia. Since December 30th, 26 buses in all have delivered migrants to train stations in different parts of New Jersey. New York Mayor Eric Adams established new rules stating that buses can only drop off on weekends between 8:30 and noon. But those drivers are stopping short before crossing the Hudson River. More buses are expected to arrive in New Jersey to avoid New York's restrictions. And as all this is happening, Governor Greg Abbott continues to send thousands of migrants to Democrat-led cities in protest of Biden's immigration policies, fueling frustration from Democratic mayors and governors. Biden administration officials say they have been looking into federal spaces to help cities house these migrants. Officials are also talking to church leaders to find closed schools and churches and identify military bases that might have the capacity. The government already identified 2 federal cities for New York to house migrants, but Mayor Eric Adams says they still need more help. Across the nation, accused 4th of July parade shooter Robert Carmino III was in court Friday. These are AP photos of the man as he made an appearance Friday morning in Lake County, Illinois. He previously said he would represent himself in the shooting deaths of 7 people, but has now changed his mind. He is accused of gunning down and killing 7 people during a 4th of July parade in 2022 and wounding dozens of others. His parents were in court Friday watching the proceeding. His father, Robert Carmino II, recently served 30 days in jail after pleading to charges related to signing a firearms identification card for his son at the time when he was 19. Cremo pleaded not guilty to 117 felony counts for allegedly firing an assault rifle at parade goers from a rooftop. Now remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. For now, stay with us. The story in Las Vegas develops after a judge was attacked during a sentencing hearing. Coming up on 25 News Now at 6, witnesses say he hit her with an unknown object. Also ahead, over 30 dogs rescued in Montgomery County. Now police are investigating this case of possible animal cruelty. The man who attacked a Las Vegas judge refused to appear in court Thursday. Video of the man leaping over the judge's bench and tackling her went viral just this week.
It's the heart-stopping video the whole country is talking about. A defendant leaping and attacking Las Vegas judge Mary Kay Holthus in her own courtroom.
My knowledge, it's the first time it's happened anywhere. I've never seen a video of somebody diving across a court bench like that before.
The man behind the attack is defendant Deobra Redden, who was moments away from being sentenced for attempted battery with substantial bodily harm.
I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history.
Just before he's seen lunging over the judicial bench, Redden and his attorney asked the judge for probation rather than time behind bars. In this clip, he's heard telling her he's getting his life back on track with a new job and plans to resume his education.
I'm not out there committing crimes now, and I feel like I should be given a shot because I'm in a better place than I was.
At a press conference on Thursday afternoon, Chief Judge Jerry Weiss providing an update on the judge's condition and the marshal who stepped in to help her.
I believe that the marshal was right behind the defendant, probably getting ready to put handcuffs on him and remand him, and this individual just, he moved too quick.
According to court documents, Judge Holthus described Redden as being big, strong, and angry. Witnesses saying Redden was on top of the judge and hit her once in the head with a hard, unknown object. Meantime, the marshal seen here trying to mitigate the situation was hospitalized with a gash on his forehead and a dislocated shoulder.
There's plenty of instances where somebody is becomes rowdy in the courtroom, and the marshals generally are able to subdue them.
But after this attack, concerns and questions about safety in the courtroom are front and center. Officials reassuring the public that security is a top priority.
It is a safe place to be, and this is not going to happen again.
A viral video posted online led police in Montgomery County, Texas, to take over 30 dogs to the animal shelter. The video shows a pack of dogs herding a puppy at a home. The homeowners agreed to surrender a total of 37 dogs, including 14 puppies, to the Houston SPCA. Montgomery County has no laws to regulate how many dogs someone can own. Several dogs are under the treatment for being underfed, having anemia, and other medical conditions. The DA is investigating to see if this is a case of animal cruelty. Heavy rains has caused widespread flooding in parts of southeast Texas today. This is a scene on Galveston Island just this morning. Residents and commuters made their way through floodwaters as the rain continued to fall. 3 to 4 inches had fallen before the line of storms finally pushed east out of the area. Locals said the flooding is typical on the island, specifically when it rains hard for a short period of time. And then meanwhile, in the Panhandle, a winter weather advisory has been put in place as winter conditions moved in. Snow fell as low-pressure system traveled from New Mexico into West Texas. Cities like Amarillo are likely to see 2 inches of snow, while other counties are expecting to see 6 inches of snow. Officials advise residents in affected areas to exercise caution and stay updated on weather developments as the system progresses. And of course, here's Mac with the latest.
Well, thank you. And of course, our rainstorm was part of that whole thing. It started off in the southwest. We've been talking about it for a few days and really blew through the area. Beautiful afternoon and sundown, as you can see right about there. We're at 61 degrees. It didn't get cold today at all because we had a west wind and dry air to push the rain away, and then we had all that sunshine. We only got up to 69 degrees, which is above our seasonal average. And how much rain did we get? And where did it fall? We'll have all that coming up in just a moment. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Beautiful day out there, you might admit, but it was a beautiful rain last night. Think about it. It came in after sundown. It all rained overnight, and then it went away at 6 o'clock in the morning. Riverside Park over there, our Cocoa Ross people managed to come in with 1.84. That was very nice. 8,400 is officially at the airport, but Placido got 227. How about that? And then Port O'Connor, 116. Ganado got a lot, and Blessing on the way up to Brazoria County over there, they got 2.75. So let me show you the relapse. We started at 6 in the morning when it was still raining, and we'll go back to the beginning. And this is the rain that occurred overnight, and then it started all coming away, and by 10 o'clock the clouds cleared up very nicely, and we got the significant rainfall. Of course, up the coast there, Houston, Galveston, even Brazoria, Fort Bend, they got a lot more rainfall than we did, but that's okay. We needed a good rain without any problems, which is exactly what we were looking for. Now, where is it now? Well, the frontal system is in Louisiana. The rain is in Louisiana. I'm already crossing into the Mississippi, and this, as you can see right here, this is the mild side or the warm side, and this is above freezing or below freezing. So as the storm tracks that way, that's what's going to be making all that snow that everybody's been talking about. So this is going to be the first big snowstorm for the eastern states, eastern half, so far this season. It's been, you know, unusually warm over there. Here's Victoria, and you can see in the green, that's up to an inch, and over in the blue, that's over an inch. So we got some very nice rainfall. And of course, as you see down along the coast with Lavaca and Palacios, they got the real big rain. Of course, Blessing was really blessed with all that rain. How about that? So if you're, you know, have pastures out here along the Matagorda area, you've really got some good rainfall out of that. So we look at our temperatures, and you can say, well, it's fairly comfortable, 60 degrees, but it is 32 in Amarillo, where of course they have snow on the ground, and everybody in the blue and below is below freezing right now. So there is winter out there. It just has not come this far south, so we're okay. So let's take a look at Future Tracker. There's the system. It goes away. We get to Saturday evening, or morning rather, and it's all pretty much gone. We've got high pressure building in, drier air on top of us, giving us pretty nice day for Saturday and for Sunday. And then Sunday night, we start watching to the southwest. You can see how that next storm is going to be dropping in. When does it get here? It's Monday. So the weekend is in good shape. And of course, the only people that have any winter problems are up here in the Panhandle. And of course, these other counties are the ones that are under the winter storm advisory. Overnight lows getting down to about 59, 60 degrees, and then tomorrow we'll get up to the mid 60s. Not bad at all. It's a really good looking Saturday and Sunday as well. So for those of you in Port Lavaca, you're getting up to 65 with lots of sun for tomorrow. And if you want to go fishing, well, it's okay with me. We're looking at Cuero getting up to 66 with quite a bit of sunshine. And as I mentioned, the weekend is going to be fairly delightful. And then Monday night or Sunday night late, but it's Monday when the next frontal system comes through. Then we get a little bit of chilly weather for early part of next week. That's your 7-day forecast. Reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that. Put Crossroads Today on your phone. Here's Karina.
Thank you, Mac. And now here is sports reporter Zach Brown.
Cowboys getting ready for their big showdown in Washington. I'll have that in sports. We are entering the final week of the regular season in the NFL, but there's still so much left to determine. The Cowboys, we know they are in the postseason, but they still have a shot to win the division, and that happens if they just simply beat Washington, but that is on the road.
I have everything in our control, obviously. Talked about running our own race, just doing that and staying committed to that, not looking around or waiting or fingers crossed on things to happen. And I think we did that, right? We didn't finish those last 4 games over that stretch the way we wanted to, or I guess we finished it the right way, but it didn't lay out the way that we wanted it to. But ultimately, in the end, we've got 1 game right here to go win this division.
Just lock in, be who we are, and as you said, yeah, man, we're not trying to go in Washington and then BS and then they hit us in the mouth. So just continuing to battle, treat this week as if we would next week.
That game Sunday at 3:25. The Houston Texans also with a shot to win the division, but first things first, they just need to win. If they win, they will make the postseason. If the Jags also lose, they will win the division and guarantee themselves at least 1 home playoff game. They will have to do so in Indy, where they have historically been very, very bad. Hopefully there's no bad luck tomorrow. That game will be nationally televised right here on KAVU. It is official. Jonathan Brooks has declared for the NFL draft. Via his Twitter account, he admits that he almost quit football after losing his father, but says he knew his dad wouldn't ever let him give up. Not giving up led him to being one of the best, if not the best, running back prospects in the country. Hard to imagine the star from Hallettsville not hearing his name called at the NFL draft come April. Huge day here in Victoria. The East and West girls play and the East and West boys play at West High School. The girls will battle it out. That is a matchup that saw Victoria East dominate last year. The score in the second game of last season, 78-25 in favor of the Titans. So the Lady Warriors going to have to bring their A game to get the job done today. On the boys' side, it was the West Warriors who swept the matchup. These games, though, much closer. The Warriors won by just 4 in the first matchup last season. The second one, West by 11. Should be a fun one at East High School tonight. And that's going to lead us to your viewer poll. Are you going to one of these East versus West games tonight? Yes or no? Only 16% of you say yes. I'll tell you right now, it's always a great atmosphere when these two get together. You might want to show up to one of these gyms. All right. On the NBA level, a very wild one in Golden State between the defending champs and the Golden State Warriors. Jokic is going to tie it up at 127. With just 26 seconds remaining. Steph Curry, with time winding down, gets his pass intercepted. So it is the Nuggets who have the final possession with just a few ticks remaining. They get it to Jokic, and he heaves it from just beyond half court. It goes down. The Nuggets, win a wild one. All right, the San Antonio Spurs lost, but they did so in fashion. First, Victor Wembanyama throws an alley-oop to himself. Then later in the game, he's going to come up with a steal. He's going to go behind the back on Damian Lillard and throw it down. The Spurs led by 3 with just 3 minutes to go, but just could not hang on. All right, well, I obviously need some water, so I'm just going to go on and throw this back to Karina.
Thank you, Zach. We're back in a moment, and I hope you have a sweet tooth because this weekend is all about shortbread. Alrighty, people can start the weekend off right by celebrating with a Scottish dessert because Saturday is National Shortbread Day. The treat is made with 1 part white sugar, 2 parts butter, and 3 parts flour. Shortbread dates back to the 12th century, but centuries later, Mary Queen of Scots' love of biscuits revived its popularity. At the time, these snacks were expensive to make and were usually only eaten on special occasions by very special people. So it's a delicacy for the
Sounds good.
rich.
I'd like to try. You know, I like the part where you said with 1 stick of butter, 1 pound of butter. How much?
1 pound of butter.
Sure. My friend made potato soup, 1 potato, and 1 stick of butter.
Oh my goodness.
No wonder it's so good.
I bet it was delicious though.
It was.
With a nice Diet Coke on the side. Diet,
yeah,
right? Of
yeah,
course.
Just
Yeah.
count the calories. You know. Folks, we got a great looking weekend coming up. Clear skies tonight and all the way through to Sunday. Sunday night, the clouds start thickening up and the next rain is not till Monday. And then January 15th and 16th. You ready?
Yes.
Write this down. We're going to be below freezing. I expect some freezing weather 2 or 3 mornings at about 32.
Oh, so I can bring that coat once a year.
You're going to need it.
Yeah, that's good. Alrighty, thank you, Mac, and thank you for joining us. We hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 10.